Welcome to our first ever virtual bell ringing. My name is Deborah Clearwaters. I'm the Director of Education and Interpretation at the Asian Art Museum. And welcome to the 35th annual Japanese New Year's bell ringing. For the first time, the first annual virtual New Year's bell ringing. I think it goes without saying that we all wish we were together in Samsung Hall for this wonderful museum tradition. And I'm just so grateful that you're all able to join us today. Even though we're scattered all across the Bay Area, maybe scattered across the globe, in our hearts and minds, we are together in our intention to purify ourselves and all sentient beings with the rings of the bell and the blessings that will come to all. I'm really grateful to Gengo and Yoshie Akiba for being so generous to allow us to film the ceremony at their home temple, Kojin-an, in the Rockridge area of Oakland. It's a beautiful little oasis of Japan in the heart of Oakland. And I also want to send my thanks to Eri Takahashi, who you will meet in a moment. She's the executive director of Tenpyozan Foundation, a nonprofit that supports the building of a Zen practice center in Lake County, California. And also, we can provide some of these links in our after the program. Eddie has been with us every step of the way as a translator and collaborator in organizing the ceremony. Thanks also to my colleagues in education, Triana Patel and Allison Wyckoff, for their work to create engaging at-home activities. So there's a packet on the museum's website, asianart.org/cultural celebrations. And you'll find a Japanese folk tales and videos, a recipe, and fun activities. Thank you to John, who's behind the scenes running the audiovisual and streaming platform today. John, you've been an amazing support always in this transition to digital. We're so grateful to you, and great musical choices. Thank you. Thanks also to Michael Rohde, our videographer, who helped videotape and edit the film that you're going to be seeing. Thanks to colleagues across the museum. I think every department had a little hand in events such as this. So I just want to shout out to all of the staff at the Asian Art Museum and our wonderful volunteers. And thanks also to our members. Our members have been such wonderful supporters through the pandemic. Every nonprofit is struggling right now, and with your continued support, you'll get us through the pandemic. And thank you to our donors of this program. Cultural celebrations are made possible by the Bank of America, and support for the Japanese bell ringing ceremony is provided by the Henry and Tomoye Takahashi Charitable Foundation. And additional support comes from AARP. So let me say a few words about the flow of the program today. We've done our best to recreate the key aspects that we love dearly in this tradition. We'll be ringing different bells, not the museum's artwork bell that's in the collection. One will be at Kojin-an and one is at the Tenpyozan Buddha Hall. So if you stick around for the final last few rings of the 108, you'll see that bell up in Lake County. We'll start with greetings from the Consul General of Japan, Maeda, and our own director, Jay Shu. And then in keeping with our tradition, we'll have a short modern improvised dance performance by Yoshie Akiba, famous also for Yoshi's Jazz Club. And then we'll proceed with the ceremony. And that will go as it always has with a blessing, a chanting of the Heart Sutra, and final words by Reverend Akiba. So if you want to chant along, our website on that cultural packet also has a link to the text of the Heart Sutra. Following the ceremony, we'll go right into ringing the bell 108 times. And at that point, we don't expect you to sit glued to your computer screen. Feel free to allow the video to continue to play in the background while you go about the rest of your day. And maybe you're going to be inspired to clean after some of the conversation that we have. But, get your lunch ready or do whatever it is, but continue to have the sound of the bell in the background as you go about your day. And after the final ring, after the 108, we will come back and say a quick farewell. So we will come back and close the program if you want to stick around. We will be recording this. It's going to be on our YouTube. We're broadcasting live to YouTube and Facebook, and this video will be available to watch again later. So now I'd like to ask John to cue up the special greeting sent to us from Consul General Maeda.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Toru Maeda, Consul General of Japan in San Francisco. I'm happy to join you at the virtual Japanese bell ringing ceremony of this New Year's Eve. I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to the Asian Art Museum of San Francisco and Director Jaeshu for holding today's program, continuing its decades-old tradition despite the current difficulties. I'd also like to thank today's speakers, Reverend Akiba, Ms. Yoshie Akiba, and Ms. Eri Takashi, for sharing their knowledge and leading the ceremony. Taking this opportunity, I'd also like to congratulate the Asian Art Museum again on having received the Japanese for its excellent activities to promote understanding of Japanese art and culture. Bell ringing on New Year's Eve in Japan, it's a time for reflection. When we look back on the year of 2020, lives of people all over the world have been tremendously overshadowed by the COVID-19 pandemic. It has taken a heavy toll, and we may continue to feel its impact for many years to come. It has exacerbated the existing problems and difficulties in our societies. However, at the same time, it has also given us ample time to think about what truly matters in our lives. This year, I've never felt more deeply how important it is to be connected with other people. I sincerely hope that we can continue to stay safe and stay connected. Let us also look toward 2021 with a renewed sense of hope. Vaccination already started in the United States earlier this month. Thanks to the tireless efforts made by medical professionals and scientists, better ways of treatment and testing are becoming more and more accessible to a greater population. Today, I'd like to listen to the bell ringing with these hopes in mind. Thank you again. Please take care and have a happy new year.
Thank you, Consul General Maeda. Folks, we're sorry the sound was a little bit muted, and we'll certainly try to make this video available as well for you to watch later. Now I'd like to ask our director, Jaeshu, to offer his greetings. Jay?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Deb, for the introduction. I'd like to thank, first of all, Consul General Maeda for his remarks and give thanks to his staff for helping with the recording. Although Consul General Maeda isn't able to join us live, his presence is felt dearly through his kind words and a message of hope for the new year. As Consul General Maeda mentioned in his remarks, the Asian Art Museum is one of the recipients of this year's Foreign Ministers' recommendations, which were recently issued by Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I'm honored on behalf of the entire Asian Art Museum family to receive this important award on behalf of the museum. 2020 has indeed been a difficult, tumultuous year, and I'm humbled to be part of the Asian Art Museum's 35th annual bell ringing ceremony, which carries so much meaning, so much symbolism, so much substance for all of us. To start anew, to leave behind the troubled past. With COVID-19 restrictions and the closure of the museum, we weren't sure earlier if we would be able to offer this much-loved program this year, which over the years has provided solace, hope, and reflections for so many of us, me included, me and my family included, in our Bay Area communities. Thankfully, through our ongoing partnership with Oakland's Kojin-an Temple and the generosity, wonderful generosity of Genko and Yoshie Akiba and Eri Takahashi, we were able to share this experience in a new way. Deb has enumerated many behind-the-scenes heroes for making this possible, and I'd like to also call her out for her leadership and hard work to make it possible today. So, thank you all for joining us, for being a part of the ceremony, as we are going to say goodbye to 2020 and welcome a new year with refreshed hope and energy and optimism, and welcome the new beginnings 2021 will bring us. Thank you very much and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Jay. And thank you, Consul General, and all of our friends at the Consulate General of Japan, several of whom I think are watching. We appreciate your partnership over many, many years and many years to come. We're going to bring Reverend Akiba, Yoshi, and Eddie to the screen. Welcome, welcome, the three of you, and there's two of your monks in the background there. And so a quick introduction. On your screens to the far right is Reverend Akiba. Gengo-san, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see
you. And then in the center is Yoshi Akiba, and she did a very quick change in costume. Wonderful to see you. And
it's story of my life. I always.
Yeah, you are definitely very quick. You fast. And Eddie Takahashi, who's the executive director of the Tenpyozan Foundation. So we're so grateful to the three of you for offering your home and letting us go behind the scenes and really understand this New Year's tradition, particularly with the Zen tradition lens. And you're sitting, tell us where you are. You're sitting inside do you call it the Buddha Hall? Is that what you call the space?
Zendo meditation hall for the Auckland Zen Center, Kojin-an in Rockridge.
Yes. And so behind you is the altar, and on either side of you are meditation cushions where you will sit in Zazen, right? And you'll see more of that. Yes, you'll see more of that in a minute. So I know you've been really busy getting ready for the transition of saying goodbye to 2020 and saying hello to 2021. Could you tell us a little bit about your preparations for New Year's at the temple?
Sure. I think I'm going to go through the slideshow to show the viewers the pictures of how we welcome the New Year's. So, can you, maybe we can start from the video of the Reverend Akiba.
Yeah, so what we're about to see is Reverend Akiba. Well, you saw it, I think, already. But John, if you can cue that video up.
So the big part of the New Year's preparation is actually what's called an osoji. It's really a big cleaning. So instead of doing a spring cleaning in Japan, we do a big cleaning at the year end to welcome the New Year's. So let's start with the slides. Can we share the slides?
I think it just takes him a minute to transition.
Yeah.
So while he's transitioning to the slides.
Yeah. So the Shiwasu, it's the month of December, and then it literally means even master runs. So everybody runs around busy to get ready for the New Year. So we just show the example, but even a Zen master runs around to clean the house. So let's move on to the next. So as I said, the cleaning is actually a big part of the Zen training. So Reverend Akiba is not just the Zen master, but also the cleaning master. To get ready for the New Year's, even the monks and the kids and dogs run around in the Kojin-an to do the big cleaning at the end. And once you finish the cleaning of the house, we are going to decorate the temple and the house. Let's move on to the next slides. So you may recognize this Shochikubai character as maybe a brand of a sake or something, but it also represents a show its pine and chiku and bamboo and by its plant.
Also, we offer the mochi.
Yeah.
Mochi.
So the Shochikubai represents kind of a good luck charm in Japan. So we use a lot for New Year's decorations. And actually today's Yoshi and my kimono are also in the Shochikubai pattern as well.
Yes.
So just so everyone is following along, so the characters on the scroll are Shochikubai, reading from right to left. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's a Shochikubai scroll in a tea room.
Mm-hmm. And that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then the next slide shows that another Shochikubai decoration in the house. It's in the bigger tea room, and the Shochikubai arrangement of the flowers done by Yoshi.
Mm.
It's how we decorate the house for the New Year's.
And it said,
Juzan.
Yeah, the
Juzan.
scroll says
Yeah.
Juzan. It's
Happy Mountain.
Happy Mountain.
Yes.
So-
Happy Mountains.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then you give us the pile of bucket of sake on the right, so that we can.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Mhm.
And the next slide. So then you might have that in this mochi, and that's you saw in the decoration is called Kagami Mochi. It is actually a mirror-shaped mochi. So we dedicate this to Buddha or gods or whatever you think you want to respect in the house, to as a dedication to bless for the good luck in the New Year's. And we decorate it in the house for the first day of the New Year's, and then after it's done, we actually crack it open and eat it to absorb the good luck.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Yes.
Do you cook it in the soup, or how do you eat it? It must be kind of hard and
yeah. So
We in soup.
yeah,
we
soup
make
is the
ozoni.
easiest way to eat
Yeah.
eat it. It's
Yes.
hard.
Also, we broil sometimes.
Yeah, that's
broil it. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And put a seaweed around it and broil it. It's really
Okay.
nice. Eat soak
Sounds
in
great.
soy sauce.
Mm.
So then once you finish the decorating the house, I think the biggest task or the last probably 3-4 days of the year end is just to cook for the New Year's.
Mhm.
We can move on to the next slide. So this is the examples of the typical Japanese New Year's food. And then each dish represents some kind of good luck. For example, kuromame, the black bean, is like, I guess it's wealth, good health, for example. And then tazukuri, the dried fish, I think it's for the good harvest of the year. So each the meal has some meanings behind it. And also it can be preserved over the New Year's, because what we do is we just cook everything by the New Year's Eve, and and then they're going to be preserved over the 5 days, the New Year's, until we finish it all. Then we don't need to cook on the New Year's days.
So you do all the preparation so that you can just gorge yourselves for the next few days and relax.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe after 3 days or 4, we may start craving ramen and sushi, but
Something different.
we have to follow the traditions.
Yeah.
Kojin-an, we always cook all this food.
Yeah, so let's
ourselves.
move on to the next slide. So this is how we celebrate the New Year's usually. Not this year, unfortunately, but this is how we celebrate the New Year's in the Kojin-an. We invite people, and then the favorite meal is this mochi soup on the right, made by Hiro-san, who is the former self-chef of Yoshi's.
Hiro-san is now living at Kojin-an, and he's now chef at the Kojin-an. He cooks.
Oh, wow.
You're so lucky.
You are.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we can do this year, but like everybody else, couldn't have a Christmas party. But next year, we're gonna have a party together.
Yes.
You have to make up for this year, next year.
Yes.
All right, yeah, this. This is the food celebration of the Kojin-an. And then I think as I said, while we are still cooking the food, maybe like on even like 9-10 p.m. December 31st, we are all still cooking those foods in the kitchens. And then we start hearing the ringing of the bell. So we can show the next slide. So this is actually the bell of the Eiheiji, where Reverend Akiba spent 7 years trained as a Zen monk. So that typically people come around to the temple around the midnight. Yeah, so he rang the bell every year for 7 years on Eiheiji. And then we started hearing the bell ringing at around the midnight and realized, oh my God, it's almost the New Year's. I had to finish this cooking.
Wow. Yeah. So, well, speaking of Eiheiji and ringing the bell, can you ask Reverend Akiba? Well, I can ask Reverend Akiba. Tell us more about why the bell is rung at the final moments of the ending of the year.
どうして年の差に鐘をつくのかっていうのを言ってもらってますか？
梵鐘って言って、梵っていうのはサンスクリットで悟りっていう意味なんですよ。だから悟りの声っていうんですよ。鐘の声を。
So the bonsho is the sound of the bell is called the bon in the Sanskrit means enlightenment. So the sound of the bell is the actually of the voice of enlightenment.
だから年の最後に鐘の声に触れた、こうゴーンとなって触れたものはみんな症状になるというそういう意味でつくんですね。
So those who catch the sound of the bonsho at the end becomes the activate their Buddha nature inside them. So that's the meaning of the
で新しい年を新たな気持ちで過ごしていこうという。
So on the New Year's, let's have a fresh mind and then have a New Year with a fresh mind.
And then why 108? Why do we ring it 108 times?
人っていうのは命はどうしても煩悩を抱えてるもんだからそれを梵鐘を聞いてそれを洗い流して新しい年を
なんで108なの？なんだ
108つの煩悩があると言われてるんですね。
So
数えたら8万8000っていうのもの煩悩、要するに煩悩まみれの生命なんだ。
8万8000なんですか
？108つだとか8万8000だとかって要するに煩悩をたくさん抱えてるそういう命っていうのは、それを人間の、良き心で洗い流してそれで新しいいつもは新鮮な心で生活していこうというそれが梵鐘を毎日ついてこう聞いてで悟りの音に現れてで毎日過ごしていこうそういう意味です。
So then, as long as people are alive, it's inevitable that we are filled with burnout. And then it says that there are 108 kinds of burnout. Well, he even said that some people said it's actually 88,000 burnouts that we can avoid. But in any case, the idea is that to welcome the fresh new year, let's wash it all off and then activate the Buddha nature at the end. That's why we do it.
煩悩のこと説明してもいいんじゃない？煩悩ってデザイア。
言ったらあなた。
煩悩 is human desire. We have so many desires, and it's endless. In the delusion, all these things. Yeah.
Right. We can use a little bit of purification of all of those things that we've accumulated over the 2020. Are there any other things that you want to add, or are there more slides?
No, I think this is right? So,
Great. Well, I think those were the questions. And we can start to transition now to the ceremony, unless you wanted to add anything else. Is there anything else you wanted to share?
No, it's
No?
もういらない。大丈夫ね。
No.
It's fine.
It's wonderful to see. It's like there's a magical light shining from the altar right now. So it's really the light in the temple is beautiful. So just to let everybody know, the bell ringing ceremony itself will run about 53 minutes. So just so you know approximately how long this is going to take, that's how long it takes to ring the bell 108 times. So at least that's how long it took us. So, but if you are here at the end of that, we will come back and say a quick farewell and Happy New Year. So with that, I think we will go ahead and run the bell ringing, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Sensei Hayate.
仏界の妙称は隠々として関羽に響き、発祥の真因は少々として全身に徹す。功労戦弱地に秀でて煩悩の眠りを覚ます。小生万里、空に響きて無明の夢を破る。一気上々の功徳は等しく有名を救い、三等段々の福音はたちまちの昇達。走行安城影空に保有。一生一教玉泉霊老たり。紋章の後人霊楽円通し即根。夢を覚まし凡章は有す。小教。 安しあまねく一切群青の前に現ず縁に従い観に赴いてあまねからずということなししかも常にこの五大座に処したも仏の功徳会は三様し尽くしがたしうして思みれば本日総合東洋美術館裁判所や東証の方への審議を通信で公下当職を備えまかはんやはらにいた信用を不十数集むるところの功徳は伝来の言章を供養し万国災難及び戦役没個者諸奨礼疫病災難被害者諸奨礼三害万礼等に栄光し国会主要文章五道疫病早期退散を記念す青に恋願わくは継承供養を受け万法にわたって太平を開き霊感動向を垂れて戦士を貫いて家楽を与えんこと
Thank you. That was really powerful. We had so many wonderful comments. We've been streaming live to YouTube and Facebook. Thank you, everyone who's on those different live streams and commenting and sharing. And lots of appreciation for Kojin-an, Gengo, Yoshi, Akiba, and Eri-san for making this available even in this very special way. So thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Deborah-san. I
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
and thank you for wonderful donation too. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. And, you know, normally on the 108th ring in Samsung Hall, there's maybe a 20 or 25 or 30 people. And the feeling on that 108th ring, we get everybody who wants to be there to ring it together. But this was really special and memorable. So I hope that everyone feels close and refreshed and rejuvenated. And just want to thank Kojin-an so much for opening your temple. Sorry, the cats are fighting in the background.
じゃあ、良いお年を。
ハッピー
So,
New Year.
Be
ありが
well,
とう。
everyone. We'll say goodbye.
はい。
さよなら。
バイバイ。
Bye bye.